Book title: The Secrets of the ChronosSphere, Trilogy, Book 1, The Unveiling, Chapter 1, The Forgotten Manuscript. In the dimly lit room of an ancient library tucked away in a forgotten corner of London, Professor Allison found solace among the dusty shelves and dilapidated parchment. A renowned scholar of temporal studies and modern folklore, she sought refuge in the forgotten tales and legends that whispered secrets of forgotten times. It was within the realms of these forgotten stories that she felt most alive, as if the weight of the present world melted away to make room for the magic of the past. On this particular day, as rain tapped gently against the library windows, Professor Allison sat hunched over a stack of manuscripts that seemed untouched by human hands for centuries. Her fingertips delicately traced the faded outlines of yet another untold story. The smell of antiquity filled her senses as she flipped through the brittle pages, each delicate movement revealing a forgotten tale yearning to be discovered. As she glanced over the text, her eyes fixated on a particularly worn manuscript. Its cover displayed hints of gold once used to embellish its title, now barely distinguishable. A strange sense of intrigue washed over the professor. It was as if this manuscript held within its pages a powerful secret waiting to be unlocked. With great care, she opened the manuscript, her fingers sliding across the parchment, avoiding any sudden movements that could further damage its delicate state. The air grew heavy with anticipation as she began piecing together the fragments of the forgotten tale. Intriguingly, the manuscript detailed a legend surrounding an ancient relic believed to possess the power to bend time and space. Named the ChronosSphere, it had been hidden away for centuries, guarded by mythical beings and forgotten secrets. As Professor Allison delved deeper into the narrative, she found herself captivated, her eyes tracing each word as if revealing the path to her own destiny. Suddenly, a voice interrupted her revelry, its tone tinged with skepticism. Professor Allison McGriffey, "What are you doing? Wasting your time with those old tales again?" The voice belonged to Professor William Thornton, a respected but pragmatic colleague. Professor Allison looked up momentarily, torn between the world she had immersed herself in and the reality of the present. "These old tales hold profound wisdom, William," she replied, her voice betraying her passion for the subject. Thornton chuckled dismissingly. "Wisdom or not, Allison, they are just mythical ramblings. You would do better focusing on something more practical. These manuscripts won't lead you anywhere." An indomitable fire burned within Professor Allison's eyes as she confidently replied, "You underestimate the power of ancient knowledge, William. Within these manuscripts lie truths waiting to be unveiled. The world has much to learn from the past if we are willing to listen." Thornton bristled at the defiance in her tone, but dismissed it with a shrug. "Suit yourself, Allison, but don't come running to me when you find yourself lost in the world of myths and legends." Unperturbed by his skepticism, Professor Allison returned her attention to the forgotten manuscript. The allure of the mysterious ChronosSphere beckoned her, and she couldn't resist the call to delve deeper into its secrets. With each passing moment, she felt herself propelled further into a world where time and space intertwined, where realities merged and possibilities were infinite. As she continued deciphering the manuscript, Professor Allison's heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Little did she know that within the brittle pages in front of her, her fate was about to take an unforeseen turn, immersing her in the extraordinary world of ancient mythology and leading her on a journey that would test her beliefs, her courage, and her resolve to uncover the truth hidden within the pages of time itself. Tucked between the last page of her research pile, Professor Allison found an old map that had been carefully hidden from plain sight. Professor Allison's eyes widened in excitement as she saw the mysterious inscription on the map, which read, "The enigma of time lies within the ChronosSphere." The professor's heart began to race. Without hesitation, Professor Allison picked up her phone and dialed a familiar number. It was Professor Emily Hopkins, an old colleague and dear friend. Just like Allison, Emily had always been intrigued by the unknown and was known for her own unwavering determination. "Hello, Emily. It's Allison," Professor Allison exclaimed eagerly when Emily answered the phone. "I've made an incredible discovery, and I need your help." Emily's voice was filled with curiosity as she replied, "What have you found, Allison? You know I'm always up for an adventure." Allison's voice quivered with excitement as she explained her findings and shared her plans. "Emily, my dear friend, I found a map that was hidden within the research papers that was delivered to the university's research office today. Together, we will seek out this mysterious ChronosSphere. Meet me outside my study at the university's library this evening. I'll share everything." Both Allison and Emily agreed, and their adventure began. Chapter 2, Unraveling the Threads of History. Professor Allison had stumbled upon a peculiar tale and a map within her research papers that night about the actual location of the mysterious artifact known as the ChronosSphere. Legend spoke of its incredible power to bend time and space, capable of altering the course of history itself. The allure of the ChronosSphere was irresistible to the adventurous professor's heart, as she couldn't help but yearn to uncover its secrets. Reaching out to an old colleague and friend, Professor Emily Hopkins, who, like her, was intrepid and excited about the discovery, with the well-hidden map in hand, Professor Allison and Emily Hopkins embarked on a treacherous journey into the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Through thick jungles, vast deserts, and treacherous mountains, all in search of the mythical artifact. After weeks of grueling travel, they finally discovered a hidden entrance to a long-lost temple where the ChronosSphere was rumored to be guarded. As they stood before a towering stone structure engulfed in foliage, Professors Allison and Emily's hearts swelled with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Their journey had led them to this remote temple lost in the heart of an unforgiving jungle. The temple was said to hold a secret artifact that held the key to unlocking the secrets they sought. "Here it is," Allison whispered to Emily, her voice filled with awe. "The ancient temple containing the mysterious artifact, the ChronosSphere." Professor Allison's excitement began to overwhelm her. "How wonderful!" Emily's voice was cracking with excitement as she began to consider all that stood before them. The gateway leading inside the ancient temple shimmered with an otherworldly energy, pulling at their senses and beckoning them both forward. The passage leading to the ancient artifact was adorned with intricate and cryptic hieroglyphics, a language that Professor Allison was tasked with decoding. As the team gathered around the entrance of the temple, Professor Allison meticulously examined the numerous symbols etched in the ancient stone walls. Using her keen knowledge of ancient languages, she began to decipher their meaning. Allison muttered to herself, "These hieroglyphics depict a tale of great civilizations that mastered the art of time travel. It seems that they possess the knowledge to manipulate time and space." Professor Emily, overhearing her words, chimed in, "Actual time travel? That's impossible. How can we believe these ancient carvings hold any truth?" Allison, her eyes gleaming with curiosity, replied, "Throughout history, we have discovered countless truths hidden in myths and legends. There's always a grain of truth in these tales, Emily. We must have faith in our quest." With a newfound determination, Professor Allison continued her translation, slowly unraveling the secrets of the temple. The passage depicted a race against time itself, with each step leading closer to an existence of an unimaginable power. Professor Allison's heart raced at the prospect of discovering this ancient knowledge. As they ventured deeper into the temple, the team encountered various obstacles that tested their skills and teamwork. They dodged deadly traps, maneuvered through intricate mazes, and solved logical puzzles, all in pursuit of the artifact that would determine their success or failure. After what felt like an eternity, they finally reached the inner chamber, where a pedestal stood, illuminated by a beam of sunlight reflecting off a polished gem. There, resting on the pedestal, was the object they had journeyed so far to find, the ChronosSphere. Professor Allison gently placed her hand on the sacred stone, feeling a surge of power resound through her veins. With a deep breath, she turned to face Emily. "Emily, my dear friend, our journey has led us here. Are you ready to step into the unknown?" Emily nodded, her eyes gleaming with determination. "Let's unveil the mysteries of time, Allison, together." Chapter 3, A Race Against Time. As Professor Allison gingerly picked up the pulsating golden ChronosSphere, a sudden surge of energy coursed through her veins, setting off a wave of energy into the room, transporting her forward where time seemed to twist and distort, playing tricks on her perception into a realm unlike any other. There, Professor Allison found herself standing in a strange land where time seemed both chaotic and fragile. The once familiar sights and sounds of London and the mysterious depths of the rainforest had vanished far behind her, replaced by a desolate and eerie landscape. Professor Allison could feel the weight of centuries pressing down on her, as if the very fabric of existence was unraveling. Out of the corner of her eye, she caught a glimpse of movement. Turning swiftly, she was relieved to see Professor Emily emerging from behind a cluster of ancient crumbling ruins. "Allison, you're all right," gasped Professor Emily, her face etched with worry. "I thought we were separated forever in this forsaken place." Professor Allison's eyes sparkled with determination as she clutched her friend's hand. "We will find a way back, Emily. We have to." As they continued their treacherous journey, the professors encountered numerous dangers and obstacles. Time-trapped creatures lunged at them from hidden crevices, their eyes gleaming with a desperate hunger for freedom. Momentous battles ensued, with the professors wielding their intellect and wit as potent weapons. Through it all, the bond between Allison and Emily grew unbreakably strong. Their shared passion for unraveling the mysteries of the universe through the ChronosSphere had fueled their every step. Together they braved treacherous time portals and unraveled intricate puzzles left behind by ancient civilizations. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the two professors arrived at the heart of a mysterious realm. Before them stood an awe-inspiring citadel, bathed in a soft, otherworldly glow. Its towering spheres reached for the heavens, hinting at the unimaginable power contained within. Drawing upon every ounce of their knowledge and resilience, Professor Allison and Professor Emily deciphered the enigmatic riddles guarding the citadel's entrance. The massive doors groaned as they swung open, revealing a sight that stole the professor's breath away. Inside the citadel's grand chamber, arcane contraptions whirled and hummed, their energy intertwining with the very essence of time. And at the center of it all floated a colossal hourglass, its sands shimmering with a kaleidoscope of colors. Without hesitating, the professors approached the majestic hourglass with a newfound courage. They knew that manipulating its sacred sands held the key to their journey back home. With delicate precision, they turned the colossal hourglass upside down, letting time itself spill into the chamber. Suddenly, a blinding light engulfed them, and the professors felt themselves being torn away from the mysterious realm. As their vision cleared and the last remnants of chaos dissipated, Alice and Emily found themselves back in their own world, standing in the cozy confines of the university's library. The ChronosSphere lay pulsating softly in Professor Allison's hand, as if whispering secrets only they could understand. Exhausted, but filled with a profound sense of accomplishment, the professors shared a triumphant smile. Their adventure had tested them in ways they could never have anticipated, but they had emerged stronger than ever before. They marveled at the ancient artifact that lay before them, the very same ChronosSphere that had led them on an extraordinary adventure had brought them back home. For Professor Allison and Professor Emily, this was only the beginning of their adventures. Armed with wisdom and courage, they would continue to delve into the unknown, unearthing treasures and unmasking secrets that lay dormant in the annals of time. And the world would forever be grateful for their insatiable thirst for discovery. And so, with their knowledge still burning brightly, Professor Allison and Professor Emily readied themselves for their next intrepid adventure, eagerly awaiting the day when they would once again step through the portal into the unknown. "We have been granted a great gift, Emily," Professor Allison said with an air of confidence. "This artifact will become our guiding light as we journey forward, continuing our quest to unravel the secrets of time and space throughout history." With determination moving forward, the two professors bid farewell to each other and left the library with a renewed spark of excitement burning deep within them. The end. The Secrets of the ChronosSphere, a book written by Jules Mahalo. All glory to one, Father, dedicated to Jaden and Nikki for lifting me up when the ground disappears from beneath me, and my new storybook family. October 29th, 2023.